We begin. Welcome to another episode of the Taphaven podcast. How are y'all doing today?
We begin at the turning of the tide.
I was about to break the #1 streamer rule because there's some information that you just shouldn't put on a live show. So I guess we shouldn't do that.
We shouldn't do what? Oh,
But
talk about what
it's a special day. It's a special day.
Oh yeah, it is a
We're
special
gonna
day.
celebrate that special day.
It's my birthday.
Yeah.
That was yeah. I guess if you're gonna do it,
you can't hide that sort of thing.
It's very difficult.
I'm gonna claim
very
my
difficult
bonus, but then I'm also gonna celebrate our boy. There's no happy birthday alert. Oh, wasted opportunity.
But all the emotes are live. But
All
Anthony's not in the shared chat
well?
yet. Yes, the animated ones are up. They're here. We got the new. Yes, let's go.
As the first spammer of the chat with the new emotes.
We got the wave emote.
Oh, that's cute too.
You sure you turned on the chat?
No, apparently I didn't.
There it goes. Now I can see everybody's chat.
I pressed the button, but it didn't go. That's me. That's on me. That's on me.
It's not on you. Don't let him bully
yes,
you.
And of course, the one that's most important for the Taphaven podcast. The great, the wonderful, the cheers.
The cheers. Wait, do we? Oh yeah, we do have a cheers. It's not animated though, so I mean,
it's
like,
not,
what are we doing
there
here?
Wasn't,
you know?
Well, there wasn't really a good way to like animate it because it would just be like the hand moving back and would start to look really weird at this pixel. But no.
Why don't we have two glasses clinking?
Oh, that could be, dude. The bongo, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
The bongo is, clutch. Clutch.
Hey, how do you do these?
Okay. What?
Oh, there we go. So you got 5. Nice.
Yes, you do. I have audio.
Well, the original high is like the default Twitch one. So I have 4 that are.
I know you took a poop.
Really there.
Finally have a wave again. I usually only have a wave if I have a stripping subscriber.
Yeah, you'll now permanently have a wave if you're on mine. Because that's my wave.
Miffy says happy birthday. You're right, baby girl.
It's very, very nice.
I fixed it.
I heavily recommend the person on Fiverr who did these. Of course, did a great job. Very timely. Everything was delivered perfectly on time according to their schedule.
Incredible.
So, Tinrin Maru on Fiverr for anybody interested. Definitely go check them out. I don't think they use Twitch a lot, but I do have them as the collaborator for the emote. It show them when they accept that, but I don't think they get on Twitch a lot, so I don't actually know if they'll ever accept that.
They're busy grinding, is what you're saying.
Probably. They're one of the top people on Fiverr for Twitch emotes. So.
Oh, okay. I mean,
they probably have like a lot of emotes that they're creating.
Let's effing go.
So, but yeah, we got it. So
I am so annoyed. By the way, Nat, you missed it. Just gotta get it out there. Nat, you weren't here, dude. Eric made me so salty.
Why'd I make you so salty?
So, Nat, you can attest. We both just started playing a new game.
Yeah.
I created it.
No, don't even get ahead of me, sir. We start playing Marvel Rivals, and our 2 good friends, Eric and Jason, are like, anytime that we get pub stomped by GMs and diamond players and stuff, they're like, don't worry, wait till we get to competitive. Once you're level 10, it's all going to be better. You're level 10, I'm level 10. I say, Eric, let's do competitive. He goes, no, because if we lose, it'll be really bad for me. And if we win, it's barely going to do anything for me. And I'm like, okay, so why don't you play an alt? He's like, yeah, I could do that.
Eric
and I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. Like, you should have created an alt when Nat started playing. He's like, yeah, that would have been a good idea. We play a game. We come back out. I'm like, so are you gonna? So why don't you make an alt? He's like, I mean, yeah, I could do that, but then I'd have to like create another thing. We play another game. I'm like Eric, dude. When you played Apex Legends, I made an alt so we could play competitive.
Oh, man.
And then he's finally like, you did? I'm like, yeah, I did. And he finally does it.
I mean,
I had to drag
guilt
him through the
into it.
mud.
You had to guilt him. Like, let's be real. That's how this circle.
I had to drag him through the mud.
I was going to do it.
Works.
I just wasn't going to do it right then.
I'm sitting here like every game we do, I'm like, he could be leveling up. We play another game. He could be leveling up. We play another game. He could. I'm like, they've been telling us for so long. It's all about competitive. And Jason, if you're there, Jason, where's your alt? Sorry, what?
Actually has made like 3 alts, I think.
Jason has?
Yeah.
Okay.
He will probably create another one for you, though.
Jason's a real one.
Oh yeah. So Eric was talking about hoodies the other day, but I think it was on our like Friday streams. These shirts, best shirts I've ever worn. Like the fabric, it's hard to explain.
Heavy?
Ash knows what kind of shirt it is. It feels like it would be heavy and thick, but it's not. If that makes sense, it's not light. By
It's probably
any
like
means.
a canvas cut of some kind where it's like double layered.
It's really nice. It feels really good. It is. Wait, it's just called Edge Runner? No, this is Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Yeah.
I'm saying who like makes the shirts.
I know. Oh God. I know. We had this conversation before. I know. I was like,
Neophoric is the brand.
Neophoric is the
Yeah.
brand. I see.
They also make like glow in the dark ones and stuff. But wait, there's more. Oh, Eric started the thing.
I did.
Look at my
I did,
back.
I did.
We can't see your back.
You can imagine.
It's the.
Oh yeah,
it's the
Sandeviston.
thing. Yeah.
Here, y'all are gonna get a peek.
Sandeviston.
Y'all are gonna-
Sandeviston. Sandevistan.
Y'all are gonna get a peek behind the green curtain.
I saw it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now you can see the
Oh,
actual
okay,
colors.
I can-
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's got the
super
yellow and purple.
dope. It's got the yellow.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that
Pretty
is
good.
actually okay. Neophoric.
Pretty dope.
Okay. Well, I would, but
Neophoric.
my
I'm chromed up.
My Odo Labo order is coming in, so I have to hold
Nat.
off.
Did-
What?
Okay. Did you?
Is that the sweatshirt brand?
Yes.
Odo Labo.
Yeah.
Ota Labo.
Yes.
Nat, did you get a Zorro?
Yes, I did get a Zorro.
What size?
Extra 2XL.
Dude, the medium sold out in less than 20 seconds.
Oh God! Well,
I
it just,
literally-
it pays
Nat.
to be.
Nat, I was taking a picture of
Nat-
my credit card as it told me your cart has been changed.
That sucks. Get
We
the
need to
large.
hold an intervention, okay?
Nat,
Eric, you're not a medium.
You're not a medium, dude.
You're a
what
large.
are you talking about?
You're
This
large.
is-
Eric,
this,
You're a
this is
comfortable
Stop trying to rip your
large.
clothes.
You're a comfortable large.
This is a medium.
No, I'm
by
saying
the
like
way, these
I feel like
sweatshirts do
yeah.
baggy fit. So the
Yeah,
medium
they're
is
big.
actually more of an extra large.
I was gonna say that looks way bigger than a medium.
This is their slim fit medium. Their baggy fit medium is
Massive.
even bigger than this.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
wow.
I get
So-
2XL because their sizing always seems to account for like people who are built like Eric though. So I'm just like, let me just give me the biggest one you got.
So I refreshed the page and went to add another Zorro. Do you know what options I had?
2XL?
2XL and extra small.
Wow. They're all gone? No shit.
They were all gone within like 30, 40 seconds, man.
Wow. I mean, it's the Zorro hoodie.
So why are they so popular?
Because it's Roranora Zorro.
Well, so it's actually less that it's popular
Oh,
and
shut
more that they. I mean, the Odalabo is very popular.
Oh, you're
they've,
right.
They've
I
hit
see
it,
what you mean. I see.
but it's less. It's more so that this was them putting out extras that they had in storage. So their most popular one is the Zorro hoodie.
Yep.
They sold most of their Zorro hoodies the first time around. And so they did not order a bunch of extra stock because that was before they had the problem with FedEx where a bunch of their stuff flooded.
Yeah,
so
and
they
then it got
didn't
rotted and
have
showed up
they didn't
all
buy
fucked.
extra
Yeah.
stock for that one. So they only had like 3-4 of each size in the Zorro hoodie. So like that's the problem with the Zoro hoodie. For the other hoodies, they have like 50 to 150 extra stock easy of each size, right? Because they ordered extras of all of them because that was after the flood. And they ordered extras for everything they got after the flood, which is why they're doing the double drops now because they have so much stock loss that they were like, we have to buy double of what our capacity is
make up.
to make sure that if a flood happens, we can deliver everything we have because we had that problem. So we're making sure that doesn't happen again. But the Zoro hoodie happened before that. So now when they released the store this previous time, they were like, we have a few Zoro hoodies that you might be able to get. So I got an extra small. I probably won't be able to wear it.
Bro, no.
Yikes.
Well, the thing is we can wear it if I can't fit into it.
Eric,
So-
just no. Eric,
You
just take it into a
my question though.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead.
What do you mean?
Like this is the highest quality shirt I've ever worn in terms of like material and stuff. So that's why I'm saying like, I don't know if they're popular, but I would recommend them. So I meant like, why would you recommend them?
Oh, they're so
these are the
comfy.
highest quality sweatshirts I've ever owned.
They're
Easy.
super comfy.
And they're the only ones that have embossing and stitching that is as nice as this one. Like this one doesn't do a good job because the stitching is the same color, so you can't see it very well. But the other ones, the stitching and work is amazing.
Mhm.
The embossing, which you can see really well on this one,
Hey, great
this is
Krabby.
like super unique. Like,
Mhm.
and
Oh, yeah,
and this is after
the
washing it a
emboss.
few times. Like this stuff is still pristine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a scar tattoo almost.
Yeah,
Dude, we
and
talk
so-
about video games, we taste whiskey, bourbon, rye mostly. And we talk about some shows sometimes too. Like
Yeah.
a show that Eric
yeah,
finally watched
my
called
gosh.
Severance.
We are
About
going to
time.
talk about Severance today.
But yeah, today what are we
We have a
drinking
lot
today?
on
Oh
the
yeah, we can
line
go ahead
today.
and jump into this while we're waiting. So
We did get ahead of
today-
ourselves a little bit.
We did. We did. You have a show we would all love.
I actually need another show. We started watching this not family show. We started watching this farming show, a documentary, which is fine. But we just had no idea what to watch when we ate
Oh.
dinner tonight.
I was
I was-
like,
we were just like,
this was the farming show
nothing
you
to
told
watch
us
right
about like 2 episodes ago, I think, right?
No. Clarkson's Farm is something everyone needs to watch.
I see.
Clarkson
That
Farm
is-
is what something everybody wants to watch. or-
Everyone needs to watch Clarkson's Farm. Like the whole world needs to watch Clarkson's Farm. Okay, the whole world needs to treat farmers like they're treated in that one area in A Way of Kings. What's that area?
Way of Kings.
Yeah, where the farmers are royalty basically, and if you're like the guy that
Oh.
murders people, you're the bad guy.
Shinovar.
What show, Krabby?
That
Do you know what I'm
Shinovar.
talking about?
Yeah. I
The
know what
guys
you're talking
that
about. I can't remember
negotiate
the
and
name.
they negotiate to like the lowest price. They're like, my stuff is worthless.
Shinovar.
Shinovar.
Murder
A shin.
mindfully.
Murder
Murder
mindfully.
Murder
Mindfully.
Mindfully is a German show, so it would be very weird for you. But if you're interested in international shows, but it's good. What's the premise? Go ahead and type the premise as we're getting into this
When
whiskey.
mafia lawyer Bjorn attends a mindfulness class to find a better work-life balance, he discovers surprising new coping strategies, including murder.
Oh my god. This sounds like the next Dexter.
That sounds pretty good.
that actually
sounds pretty
sounds
good.
really good. Yeah, yeah.
I'm in. I love. What are some of the shows that I watch? Like Dark,
Nice, dude.
such an amazing show.
Dark
such
is
an
really
amazing
good.
show.
Yeah,
I love Dark. I loved 1899, which was by the same guys who did Dark, and then we watched a good bit of Ragnarok too.
Dude, I'm here for the thrillers. I'm here for
Dude,
it. Okay,
Thriller,
um,
I'm in. So
let's get this whiskey under the belt so we can go ahead and get into this talk.
yes. So today we have a super special one, a birthday whiskey. We gotta do a good one, and of course, one of Anthony's favorite whiskeys back in the day, one of his daily drivers was the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, which I have. That's my comparison whiskey today. So I
Okay,
poured a little bit.
no, just Woodford. Woodford Double Oaked is yummy, but I would just buy Woodford's, Eric.
Just the
just
regular Woodford.
Regular
Okay, okay.
Woodfords, okay? Not a fancy
fair.
man, just drinking. All right? I'm
Fair.
a farmer. I'm not a city boy like you guys. All right?
Fair.
I'm
Fair. Well,
just drinking
today
to get through my life, man.
I brought some of the city boy life to you because today we are going to try this, well, last year's Master Collection Woodford Reserve. So this is their batch proof Masters Collection. It is the 121.2 proof.
Oh,
So
dear.
every year they do a Masters Collection release for the batch proof. And this is kind of a proprietary process that Woodford Reserve is known for. So what they do is they do a specialty blend where they blend a bunch of different whiskeys and then they create a batch out of them, but they keep them at the barrel proof. So they do not add any water and deproof these. So this one is Woodford Reserve is notorious for this. If I remember correctly, this is some from their base distillate combined with some of the liquid from Old Forester's line. So, and we both like some of those. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to try some Norwegian whiskeys. I'd be 100% in for that.
Eric, is this the Woodfords that you told me that you got and you can't get? And then I asked the ladies at Woodford's, like the place, and she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't exist.
What?
No.
She was like so confused.
Oh, does
You're like, it
'cause
just came
I
out.
got this one after we went to the Woodford distillery place.
No, you've never been to the Woodford's distillery place with me.
Oh, you went on
I
your
went by
own?
myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking of Old Forester.
You were like, oh, this Woodford's just came out. Like, it's hard to find. Try to find it. And I told them about that. And this lady, she probably just didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah,
but
she
was like,
probably didn't know. So you're not gonna find this at the distillery
Dude, that'd be
itself,
great.
probably. Oh man,
Krabby, that'd be
shipping
insane.
Norwegian whiskey,
That'd be
dude,
insane.
that'd be crazy. I'd be 100% in.
Whatever we have to do.
it just reminds me of Eric's master plan to buy like a barrel in India and have
Oh,
all of us
man.
just like bring bottles and bottles back with us from India over
So
the course of like 10
not
years.
not only did he say that he was going to have us come over, we were going to invest to keep the barrel there. It wasn't going to come back with us, and we were going to bottle it while we were there, bring it back.
Well, it's like a
with no idea
loophole.
of yeah,
it is like a loophole.
You
Dude,
can't take the barrel across the ocean, but you can bottle a little bit at a time and
and
take it
bring the
with you.
bottles back 5 at a time. Like they can't stop me.
He wants
you
to turn
know?
us all into loophole alcohol mules.
Yes, but I
Krabby,
mean,
totally
then nobody's-
understand.
Oh yeah,
There's no support for that here, but yeah, totally.
yeah.
We
It's
are-
really unfortunate that the
Yeah.
like the whole situation. Definitely not going to get too.
We're not
political.
going to talk about that. We're going to
We're
talk
not
about
gonna
whiskey.
fall down the
'cause
hole
that's
too
we
that's
just gotta
like the
enjoy the
Thanksgiving
whiskey that
thing.
we
You
get.
don't talk about that on
100%,
streams.
100%.
Okay.
But
Okay. Well, do we drink? Did you give us the full rundown of this, or do we drink?
So that's
like-
kind of the full rundown. This is they batch different barrels together, and then they essentially go through, blend a bunch of these, and then the master distiller goes in and says, "Dude, this is the blend of the year. This is the best we got,
Ooh.
and we're not going to add any water to it. They're getting this straight from the barrel. Bottle this." Right? So that's what you're getting. What the master distiller thinks is the best blend of the barrels of the year from the Woodford Reserve Distillery.
So it's like a honey pot barrel.
It
is
could
a-
be. It
is a
doesn't
honey-
have to be.
Hey guys, can we drink it?
Yeah. It smells.
I'm
Yes.
like
good.
dying here. I keep on
Cheers.
stopping
Cheers.
myself. Cheers.
Cheers.
Because I know y'all are gonna
wait,
like
wait.
y'all are gonna like
we got the new emote. This
y'all are
is what
gonna
it was
blame
made
me
for.
if I don't.
Where's the emote? Put it in the chat. 3 cheers for 3 cheers.
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 Cheers. Oh, nice. Cheers emote, Krabby. Nice.
That is a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Oh man. So yeah, this is a bourbon
Ooh,
to its
man.
to its core. to its core, I get a
Woo!
ton of vanilla, oak, butterscotch.
Dude, that's
you
the
know
first
what?
time it's like hit me hard on like the tip of the tongue
Yeah,
in a while.
I will say, for being 121.2 proof, it's kind of subtle. Oh,
On the-
let's go
on the-
vodka shot. Let's
Oh,
go.
thanks, bro.
Cheers. Yeah, this is very butterscotchy. It's
Vodka-
very viscous,
Vodka?
very oily.
Holy moly.
Wait, why are you saying it's smooth? So this is 60.7.
60%. So 60.5%. 60.6 if we're being exact.
It's definitely smooth going down, but it's really hard on the tongue.
Really?
That mouth
On the
feel
tip.
is that is some heat on the mouth.
Really? I don't get a lot of heat. I get a lot of
We need to take
I s-
Eric's.
Eric,
sweetness.
I saw you shoot this before we started the podcast.
No. That
We need to
was- that
take
was
him
the-
back. We need
No,
to
no,
take
no,
him
no.
back and
That was
learn.
this. This was the one that I took before the
Oh.
podcast.
Oh,
Totally
okay.
different. This is
It
only
looks similar.
45%. Same distillery, you know.
But you
But-
warmed yourself up with some. Okay, look. Okay. You may say that this is like very smooth in terms of like the flavor. I will say that mouthfeel after once it's in your mouth and you're tasting it. Wow. Pause. Just way too much innuendo at
Yeah,
one
you
time. I'm
said
so
that.
sorry.
Phrasing. Oh my
Clipping.
god.
Where's my clip button here?
No.
Clipped forever. That's a permanent.
After you take a swig and you are processing the flavor, ugh. And you are passing it from your mouth to your stomach. Jesus. That passage is hot. Like once it leaves, it's fucking fire.
I see. I don't get a lot of fire. I get this
Oh, it's tasty. It's tasty.
toasted almond kind of note with
Mhm.
cinnamon and black pepper.
Oh, I know what's
Mhm.
happening.
What's happening?
So wait, are neither of you getting like a burn on the tip of your tongue?
I am.
I am.
You are. You are. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
get-
because since
get
we've
a
been
nice
playing
burn.
Marvel Rivals, like after we're done playing Marvel Rivals, my tongue is a little numb at the tip, and I learned that it's because I'm scratching the tip of my tongue
Oh my gosh.
fidget wise with my
do you, like,
teeth
chew
while
your
playing.
tongue
No,
while
no,
playing?
it's like a but on the inside.
Wow.
So I'm like-
funnily enough,
I'm like
I-
sandpapering my tongue with my teeth.
So I do something similar, but I chew the side of my tongue when I'm like focusing sometimes.
Nat, what do you do? We're not weird. What do you do?
Yeah, we
my
need everybody.
shoulders climb and my head comes forward, and I tap the top of my the roof of my mouth. Like it'll
yeah.
tap.
I feel like everybody has a thing. Did y'all ever see? There's this these two great two great tennis players. I think they were very popular in the 70s and 80s, and one of them was the best server. And they have a YouTube short from like an interview that they did. They did a documentary, and one of them was always upset with the other one. He was like, I could never tell how he did it. I would consider the best server of my time, but I hated playing him because I felt like he could just read my mind and he always knew where it was. And the guy in the interview, like 20 years later, was like, yeah, when we played against each other so much, I started to notice that he would place his tongue in different spots while he was serving, and that would determine where he would serve. And so you'd like, if his tongue was on the left side of his mouth, he would serve like hard line. And if it was on the opposite, like straight, then he would serve like a bleeder right down the middle.
It was a tell, like in.
It was a tell. And so he was like, I could always tell what he was served, and I never told anybody. And so this guy would go undefeated off of his serve sometimes. He had such a fast serve. I think he's like the world record in the 70s. And this one guy could return his serves like they were nothing. And he was like, this is madness.
This is
It's crazy.
Is it Federer and what's
No,
his
this
name?
was way before Federer. Way before
Okay.
Federer. We're talking like this is like 20 years before Federer.
Got you.
For sure.
Okay, so dynasty level.
Taphaven followers are now called taste buds, and together we make the Taphaven tongue.
Oh,
I hate
they are
it.
the tongue.
I hate it. The Taphaven Taste Masters. I don't like. I don't like the tongue. I
They're the
don't like
taste
the tongue.
buds.
The taste buds.
Eric, do you have
Taste
any
buds.
vintage drinks?
I mean, I guess the vintage that I would have would be like the antique collection from Buffalo Trace. And I don't have anything you would probably consider super vintage. Like I have a very old cognac.
It's
that might-
cognac, okay? They're
Cognac,
conning you into
cognac,
thinking it's called
cognac.
cognac. It's cognac.
Cognac.
We are.
but,
Get it right.
tongue.
but yeah, the Taphaven tasters. But
Good.
but yeah, you could probably say that I have like 3 or 4 vintage ones.
Okay.
But probably not to the level of vintage wines or anything like that, where they have wines from the 60s, 70s, that type of thing.
Mhm.
Like
Wow,
20 vintage
20
bottles?
vintage.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So my favorite thing so far about this Woodford, I can 100% smell the barrel.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Like just completely. I feel like I'm in the still house.
Some
The
Well, yeah.
40s?
40s, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Dude, we have a vineyard near us that we go to. It's pretty great, but they're young. The young vineyard.
I was about to say, I don't think they existed in the 40s.
No, they're very young.
This is
They're
a
good.
beautiful bourbon, guys.
Oh, yeah. Woodford Reserve always has this really nice bourbon flavor. It's very bourbon, vanilla, butterscotch, oily. It's like this nice mix of sweet, spicy, and oak. You can get the barrel that it was aged in. You get that white American oak for sure. And
Mhm.
it's just very, very pleasant.
They did a great job with this one. I'm kind of tipping my hand in terms of how I'm going to rate this. I'm finishing. I probably won't finish the rest of that. I'm going to save that vial for quite some time.
Yeah, yeah. That I could only give you so much to legally carry.
My dad will probably not see this one. I'm going to be completely honest. So if
He
he's
won't
watching,
what?
he probably won't see this one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've learned not to pour my whole bottle, so I'm trying, guys.
Mm-hmm. You're
I'll
doing great.
still, I'll give
Still got the
everybody
willet, too.
refills in a bit. Yeah, unfortunately, the willet probably doesn't hold a candle to this one.
No, the Willet is actually an embarrassment compared to this. But I'll save
Yeah.
my heresy for some people, I guess.
Entirely fair.
For-
So I
like-
guess while we can mix it up a little, while we cherish this whiskey for a second and think on this, we can talk about the absolute mindfuck that is Severance.
I'm so glad
So-
that I'm so proud, Nat. They finished season 1 and they haven't started season 2 yet.
What?
Yeah, who lied to you?
What?
We literally finished season 1 at 2 a.m. last night and said, we're not gonna
Where's Mon V? Where's Mon V?
skip this.
Bring her here.
Wow.
Bring her here.
Wait,
she needs
so
this.
She's not at home.
She needs this.
She's not at home.
She's lied to me.
Somebody lied to you.
Okay,
We
the inside joke is she
immediately
does this to
started.
me all the time, okay? It's okay for me to flip off his wife because she constantly she wakes up, she comes over, says, "Is the coffee ready?" I say yes. She goes, "Thank you." That's
Oh
a
my
weird thing.
God.
But yes, no, we immediately started season 2, which by the way led to one of my favorite one take scenes in a TV show in quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh, a one take?
Yeah, so that opening sequence
In
the
season two?
whole time for
Oh,
season 2 in
when he's
episode
running?
1, when he's running, it's one take from the start of the episode all the way until he wakes up again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
and it's really well
It's a
done.
hell
That
of a
first
take.
scene is
Yeah.
really good. And the way that they did it and all the different things that they had to piece together and how it worked, the guy coming out in the background, all of it, just there were so many different cues. Oh man.
For sure, dude.
It was just
Yeah,
really
we will.
good. Yeah, we'll definitely we're definitely going to watch the trailer for Murder Mindfully.
Can we stream that on the podcast?
I don't know. That's why we're gonna save that for after.
We may have to
We-
watch that after because I don't know if we legally can watch
We
trailers.
might be able to. I mean, if it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
But
it should
Yeah,
be
if
fine,
it's on
right?
I don't want to
YouTube,
like
we
so
should be
so many
fine.
times I watch the wrong thing on YouTube, where it's like not a real trailer.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
it's like a
fair.
fake trailer or something like that. Dude, I think one takes are just a sign of like good filmography because it's
There-
very difficult. It's like in fight scenes.
Oh yeah,
especially?
it's very difficult to do. I find the same satisfaction as watching professional sports and stuff like that, where you're essentially it's somebody at the top of their craft showing off, right? So it's like LeBron going into a dunk contest type of deal, you know? It's that same type of feeling where it's just somebody going up, just popping off.
Dude.
And the severance opening scene does such a good job. For season 2, I have so many different theories. Season
Yeah.
1 was really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. It's
Oh, man.
very, very weird, very interesting. I have
What-
so many theories. However,
What are your theories? Because Nat and I can't talk.
oh,
We don't want to
interest-
spoil it.
Well, I will say, you know what I did call in episode 1?
What was that?
The switches and severing outside of the building, like it
Oh,
not
the
being locked
overtime
to a location.
contingency.
I obviously I didn't call the name of it, but I 100% knew going in. I was like looking at B. I was like, they're gonna start doing this shit to people outside of that room.
Oh, you meant like the baby thing.
Oh yeah, the baby thing, but also like them. I called the idea of the because in the first episode talk about the location being important, and I was like, this company's sleazy is like all get out. They did not limit this to a location. 100% they do this whenever they want,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, they're gonna do this outside of this. Yeah, the baby thing was very weird, very interesting.
It got me a little because I thought she was just being a jerk. I didn't really realize. Oh wait, she was severed.
instantly.
Oh, Helly?
Oh no, not Helly.
No, the
Although-
baby mama.
Yeah, the
That-
baby
that-
mama
yeah,
that
yeah.
like severed her birth to like not remember
To some,
it.
to some
And she
other-
didn't remember at
yeah.
the park, and I thought she was just being a snob.
Oh no,
Like, I
I
didn't
called
realize.
that the first scene. I was like, this girl's weird. Why did they show this girl? Unless it's important.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why would it be important? Unless she has something to do with this whole nonsense. And then I literally looked at B. I was like,
Yeah,
you
I'm so
know-
sorry. I'm so sorry. I just got really excited because Krabby also likes Travelers, and Travelers is one of the best shows ever that I've tried getting you guys to watch.
We'll talk about it in a
It is
second.
on the
Finish,
list,
Eric.
On the list.
So sorry.
But
Finish.
But yeah,
Also-
I was instantly like, no, this girl has something to do with Severed. The other thing that didn't line up, I was like, this girl, his sister, has a rich house.
Mhm.
And there's somebody who makes way more money and kicked her out of the nice house because they can afford it and they can't. I was like, this girl is somebody high up. And there are
Yeah.
only certain people who are high up in this area, and all of them have to do with that company. So I was like, no, I knew it. I knew it. The reveal that was the most interesting for me, and honestly I just called it on the wrong person, I was so sure that one of the four was an Egan.
Uh-huh.
And I just didn't know who it was going to be. And I didn't expect it to be Helly.
Who'd you think it was?
I honestly thought it was going to be the older gentleman.
And he's actually like,
He is.
you saw what was in his trunk, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't say too much.
No, we
You
can't.
say too
We
much.
can't say too much. Because you're.
But yeah.
Wait, how far are you in season 2?
We literally only watched the first episode. 'Cause then we had to go
Oh
to bed.
my god. Oh. It's the best TV on. It's the best TV I've ever watched.
It is very
Oh,
good.
God.
I will say. It is
So
very
speaking
good.
of one takes, though, I want to bring up a great show that is so good and so bad at the same time. It's called Reacher.
Ooh,
So
Reacher is
Reacher-
good.
It's
I
good
heard.
and bad. Season
It
2,
is good and bad.
very rough. Season 1 starts off amazing. Last 2 episodes suck. Season 3 starts off amazing. Last 2 episodes, again, very rough. They had a fight scene that you're looking forward to the whole season. And then they do this thing where they like cut to what the other characters are doing during that fight. And they keep doing that. And it ruins the flow of the fight. It's like, look, just do a one take. That's all anyone wants with a
Everybody-
really
they
big
just watch
fight.
the throwdown.
You
Yeah.
you should not cut away from the fight to show what's happening with the other characters.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
yeah.
It's so weird. And
I
it's
mean,
it's just bad director
it's
because
they got the perfect actor for it though.
they got a good actor, they have a good choreographer, but every now and
Yeah.
then the director says, no, he's gonna pull this thing out of the wall. He's not gonna do the very obvious thing of unhooking it, which would be easier. Like it's so bad.
I
Sometimes,
wanted to.
but so good.
I saw a description of Reacher that I absolutely loved. It's actually from the Geekenders podcast. They talked about Reacher in one of their previous episodes, and Dodger described it as a muscle man Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
and it's so on point. It's like exactly. It's a 6'6",
6'6", yeah.
250-pound
He's supposed to be
badass
a freaking
Sherlock
monster.
Holmes
Yeah.
who's ex special forces, and now he's just solving mysteries like Sherlock Holmes.
But
and
he's
beating
not.
people
dope.
up.
But his mysteries that he solves are with trained killers. So like
Yes.
the
Yeah,
people that he is looking into are also ex special forces and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
And-
you have
100%.
throwdowns at the barn that you're like, oh, this is supposed
It's
to be
very
really
American.
good.
It is
the
100%.
most. It was one of the
This
most
is
American shows you'll ever see.
100%.
Like,
this guy's in like the
it's so-
country of America. It is 100% American. And
The beginning of season 2 is just stupid male power fantasy where you
100%.
walk up to an ATM
Yes.
and there's a girl in front of you and she's a little nervous and you're like, is there a problem? Is someone forcing you to do this? They've got my kid in the car. And then he goes and he just punches through the window, knocks the guy out, saves the kid. And it's just
You're just
silly.
like, bro.
it is
what
a
are you talking
male
about?
power fantasy.
It is.
100%. And that's one of my problems with it. My biggest problem with it was actually the main actor is the perfect version of Reacher.
Yeah.
A
for sure.
few of the main cast are phenomenal actors. The minute you move away from them,
It gets real bad real quick.
shit goes downhill real quick.
Look, man, you can only cast so many perfect
Like-
people before stuff starts to fall
Hey,
out. You're not
hey,
HBO.
it falls off real quick. It's like, oh, you're standing at the edge of the cliff the minute there are two characters that aren't the main one in that scene. The minute I saw two random people walk in, I was like, oh no. We're about to get some dialogue, guys. Like, this shit's gonna be rough.
Hold on to your butts. They're about to
Yeah.
hit us with the dial.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. It's some of those scenes that don't involve like the two main actors or the three main actors that you deal with and like some of the main
good.
bad guys are really good.
Yeah.
But
And
It's
Man.
not
do
the
you
best
guys-
show.
Do you
It
guys
is.
know about
It
the
is a.
actor,
Yeah.
though?
what was that?
You guys know about like his like background, like what he like his reputation, like what he does with his money and everything?
No, the
Oh,
only thing I know
know
is
a
that
little
he
bit.
worked out so hard that he burnt up all of his testosterone. And so he went to the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you're not producing testosterone anymore. Here, now you get to be on testosterone replacement therapy, which is
Yep.
basically
Yeah.
steroids.
Checks out.
But like he needs it. But then he got way bigger because of it.
Yeah.
But apparently that's the thing. You can work out so hard that you stop producing testosterone.
He is like one of the most decent actors in the field.
He
Like,
is.
he is like a good. He's like an actually like a good person. A lot of his money goes to like charity events and fitness backed outreach to communities. And like if you see him on like red carpet or anything, he's always wearing like very like average stuff. Like he's not like he's not flossed out or anything. He's very demure. He's very nice to his fans. Anytime that he goes to like a Comic-Con or anything, like everybody gets a picture with him because he just makes the time for it. Like the only thing
So
that
he's
I know
promoting
about
fitness?
the only thing fitness, and then also just being like a decent person. Like he like all of it to kind of summarize, it's like one of the cases where somebody who was given a lot of money and just wants to kind of give back in any way they can is actually doing it rather than like speaking about it and then kind of doing it here and there. Like he's living it.
It's very ironic when you like listen to him talk, especially given his like two most popular roles being Reacher and the guy from Blue Mountain State.
Yep.
And he's
Plays
just like
very violent people, and then like off
he's a giant
offset,
teddy bear.
he's just like
He's
real
literally a
soft.
giant teddy bear.
I mean,
He's
this is
very
like
demure,
talks very
Joffrey from
soft.
Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Wait, he's in
apparently
Game of
was, like-
Thrones?
No.
No.
I'm talking about the actor who played Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey, the guy
the
that
most,
Bro.
the most hated,
the most hated
character
person in the-
ever, right?
Yeah.
And apparently, he was like the nicest person on set. He would get people gifts. Like he was just a super awesome kid, very nice, very respectful. Like
Dude,
always.
he knew what he was doing. He knew what he had to do. You can't be a dick on set and off. Not everybody is a what's his name from American Psycho?
Man.
What's his name? Oh my gosh. He plays Batman, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Oh my
on.
gosh. Come on. We'll think of it. Not Christian.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you.
Christian Bale.
Oh my god. Krabby
Yes.
got us before.
I know.
Wow.
I know. Whoa.
Wow.
I lost it. I was like, Chris.
Not everybody can
Chris-
be Christian Bale. Not everybody can
Cristiano?
show up on set,
No.
curse everybody out, and then
Guys.
also be a dick on set.
Yeah.
Speaking of epic
that's-
shows, Ash and I finished watching Solo Leveling.
We
Okay,
did too.
hold on.
did
We
too.
Let's
couldn't
rate
wait-
This, let's
we
rate
couldn't
this
wait
whiskey
for the
before I
English.
forget. Let's rate it before I forget this whiskey.
You
Okay.
just finished yours?
Yes, I
Yes.
did.
Okay,
so
go.
before we move on to solo leveling, Nat.
Yeah.
What do you feel about this whiskey? Give us your thoughts. Rating.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's
7.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
good. It's really good. If I
7?
could go ahead and get this every day, I would.
Mm.
I have a feeling it's gonna hurt myself, but that's fine. Yes, very moist. I am very moist.
What would you
over
pay
this.
for it?
I would probably pay. Oh God, I'd pay 150 to 200 for this.
150
I'd pay
to
150
200.
for this. I'd pay
Wow.
150 for this. Yeah.
This
Oh.
probably is up there with the Thomas H. Handy of being like one of the top
Yeah, I'd
ones,
chase
although
this.
not rated as highly as the Thomas.
I would
H.
chase
Handy,
this for
obviously.
sure. For sure.
Okay.
Give us a moist reader rating. On a
Moist
scale
reader
of damp to moist, I think I'm like a little turgid.
Turgid. Beautiful vocabulary.
Let's see. But overall, I would say that the flavor palette's just fantastic, and it's a bourbon's bourbon. The only thing that I can say
100%.
is that it's not the Thomas H. Handy, but still fantastic. You can't attain perfection, but you're damn close. So I appreciate it. It's really good. 7 out of 10, $150. Yeah, set.
Okay. Anthony, how do you feel about this whiskey?
It's a really good bourbon. It's definitely like a step above so it's a weird situation. So when Iron Man came back to the States and he was just like, I want a burger, right? You just want the standard burger, just classic, what a burger tastes like. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you take the same idea, but for a whiskey, right? Woodford's pretty good at doing that. We've had a few across different distilleries that are pretty good at that. But this one's like it's like the same but better in a way, which doesn't make sense to me. So it's definitely like a 7 out of 10.
Damn right it is.
7 out of 10.
And I'd pay $70 for it.
You'd pay
That's 'cause I'm cheap.
70 for it.
Daily drinker, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would daily drink it.
If you could get it for
It's
70.
strong, but yeah. It's just I don't think bourbon should cost that much. Like, come on.
Fair.
Look, man.
I mean, if it's aged a long time, I understand it costing a lot more. So is this aged or is it not?
So, funnily enough, because
How old
it's
is
a
it?
blend, we know that at minimum, because it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, we know at minimum the youngest liquid in here is 4 years. Right?
Yeah, so I feel like 70 is reasonable, and it's just that because they have to pay taxes year over year, if you're like, this is a 10-year-old whiskey, this is a 20-year-old whiskey, then I'm like, okay, I understand why it costs so much more money.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
And
this thing's
we,
gonna cost us that.
because this is a blend, and it like the oldest thing in here could be 15, 20 years. We don't know.
We don't know.
We have no idea. You would have to go do the distillery tour. You would have to talk to the master distiller and figure out like what's going on. Yeah, 4 years is young. 4 years is young bourbon. Now, to be fair, because of what they're putting in this and because this is the master distiller pick for the year, I highly doubt anything as young as 4 years is in here. But this is a chemistry creation by the master distiller trying to create what they consider the best bottle in the year. So it's very likely that they're putting a drop of 7 year, some 12 years. They have a
had
lot
a chemist
going on.
set going on. Yeah,
Exactly.
You nailed it. Yeah.
Yes.
This is a
And
concoction.
Yeah. And so I have to agree. This is a bourbon's bourbon. I do think it has a little bit more butterscotch than most bourbons do, which I really enjoy. I feel like it has this buttery, velvety experience that a lot of bourbons don't get. I also love that it's got a lot of depth of that character going on at such a high proof, and it isn't drowned out by acetone.
Fair.
The vanilla, pepper, and all of that really is pretty nice. Man, I would love a 25 years. So funnily enough, my favorite whiskey is a 27 year. So I'm in for the 25
Redbreast?
year.
Please
Yeah, the
give me that
Redbreast
25.
27.
Redbreast 27.
Redbreast 27.
Whoa,
A little
boy.
bit of that Irish. I'm an Irish whiskey fan, Krabby.
I'm still annoyed.
By the way.
Now we're so annoyed
Yep.
Why are you annoyed?
because when we did our New Year's tasting, Eric started us with the best, the
Yeah.
Redbreast 27,
No,
and
he
then
started
made
us
us.
with the Thomas H. Handy
I started y'all with the Thomas H. Handy.
and knocked our freaking socks off.
Yeah, the Thomas H. Handy is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I ended the trilogy with the 27 year.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to throw in the rare find of those as the last one, which just wasn't as good as the 27 year or the Thomas H. Handy or the Midwinter. Like those are all phenomenal. And like, yeah,
Jesus.
what can you do?
We were just inundated by quality, Anthony. It's okay.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's really hard to just like gauge at that point.
We're also sitting next to a very hot fire.
I
a
am
lot going
also
on.
excited for I don't know if we're gonna plan it, but I hope we do. But the New Year's episode for this year, because I know what whiskeys are gonna be on that list, and I'm super excited for it if we do it. So
Okay.
look forward to the New Year's episode if we do it. But so I would have to give this a solid.
Well, if we all start watching it, we're going to talk about that a lot.
For sure.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
You're gonna give it a what, Anthony?
We're definitely gonna watch it. I'm putting this solidly at 7.5. This is my standard for the upper echelon of whiskeys.
Okay.
I think this is your bar minimum for what you have to be in that upper echelon. It's not your standard drinker. It's not a 5 out of 10. It's not the thing that you grab every day. This is the entrance. This is the what do they call them? They the guy who stands outside of the door at bars.
The bouncer.
This is the bouncer for the upper echelon of whiskeys, right? He's not good enough to get inside, but he keeps everybody else out.
That's fun. I feel bad for the bouncers now. Tip your bouncers, everyone.
Yes, tip your bouncers. Oh man, that was a little harsher than I expected to be. So, would I daily drink this? 100%. I would 100% daily drink this. But price-wise, what would I pay? This is a really hard one. I would love to see this right around $110 to $120.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this beats the midwinter, which you can get at right around $125.
Oh.
And so once you get to 100 to 150 range, you got to be special, really, in my book.
Okay.
If you're paying over $100 for a whiskey, it better be a special experience. And this is close. This is in that and close to that, but it's on the lower end. It's got to be right over 100 to really be good. Yeah, 105 euros would be about 115 to 120. Yeah. So that's exactly where I'd like to see it, Krabby, is right around 105 euros.
Wait, how much was this one?
So this one is a little bit difficult. So MSRP, if I remember correctly, you're looking at about 150 for MSRP. Now, what are you actually getting this for in the stores right now? Depends. They actually produced a lot of stock of this one. And so it is more available than last year's, which was the 124 proof. Or sorry, not last year's, 2023. We haven't gotten the 2025 yet. So this year in my head was this one. So they produced more of it because of how high the demand was in 2023. They produced more for 2024. And so there's actually a lot of places that have dropped the price on this one to get it off their shelves because of how much they produce. And a lot of people aren't paying that much for whiskey right now. So it's kind of a hard sell. This isn't something that people hunt for, really. So I've seen this and heard tales of this as low as $110, which is below MSRP. So
it's out there.
It's out there. But the places that are ripping you off are selling this for $220, $250, which is crazy, right? I think if you find this bottle on a shelf and it's sitting right around $105 to $115, this is a wonderful pickup at that price range. If you see it anything above that, I would say you'd have to be a Woodford enthusiast to really pick up a bottle. Yeah, for sure. It's Fluff is calling you. Yes,
it's true.
It's so fluffy.
How old is she?
So fluffy.
Miffy is like 2 months old.
2 months.
Yeah, she's like 2 or 3 months.
She's young.
Wait, why is she so big already?
This is about as big as she gets.
Yeah, that's
I know.
full grown.
How is she 2 months? If she's that big.
How many, babe? 6 months?
6
wow,
months.
never mind. This is 6 months.
6 months. Nat
You know this guy
lost 3
forgets
months there.
anniversaries.
Lost 3 months in a haze.
How long we been married?
That's
10 years?
That's funny.
Yeah, but no, she's 6 months and she's an
God.
absolute unit, as you can see. She's
A
massive.
unit.
She's absolutely huge.
A unit of fluff.
If you could see her face, but she doesn't like her having her hair back. But yeah, I will probably chase this one down. I'm not gonna lie.
I think so. Luckily, this isn't.
What's it called again?
So this is called the Masters Collection Woodford Reserve, the batch proof at 121.2. And I would say this is probably the easier batch proof to find. I think if you search for it, you might still find a bottle here and there. It's going to be a little rare, but you might be able to find one. Wagyu. She only deserves Wagyu beef.
It's true.
The Wagyu.
She's very, very picky. She's very picky. She's one of them foo-foo shishi dogs. I love this bourbon.
Yeah, it's a great bourbon.
I will be keeping it in the bottle for quite some time. My father will probably never see it unless I'm feeling very generous. Sorry, Father. No. It's just too good.
Faja.
Until I can find another bottle. This is all I have left.
He already
Okay.
got the Angel's Envy.
It's true. He already got some of the Angel's Envy
He
that
did.
I unsealed
He did.
before.
We haven't had episode 100.
We've had it.
Technically,
had
we've
it.
had it.
100.
We've had it. It's just we haven't had it recently.
Oh,
As recently as me and
4,000
my dad.
euros. Oh my goodness, that's
Those are some
crazy.
good
And it
ones.
tasted
Hey,
like it was 5 years old. Wow.
to be
That's
fair,
amazing.
I've made my
No, it
Redbreast 27 last a
lasted.
good time too.
Oh, it only lasted you 5 years. That makes sense. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, you're paying
good
1,000 a year for it. That's not bad.
Good spirit is
less
meant to
than
be
that, obviously.
tasted. I don't like people who just like hold on to the bottles for the resale value.
Oh
think
yeah,
that's
no,
kinda
we're
scummy.
I think we are all. I wanted to say drinkers, but that doesn't sound right.
We're all alcoholics here.
We're
Ain't no bottle surviving in my
not
household.
alcoholics, but yeah, I buy bottles to drink. I'm not a tater, as they call them.
Tater?
I don't know. How
Yeah,
to
do
get through all
y'all
my
do y'all
whiskey,
know about that?
Tater? You mean like from Cars, the Disney movie? Tater?
So they call it they call people that
Dude, that would have been. I
it's
mean,
like
that,
a derogatory term for people, and the word for it is somebody with more money than common sense, who focuses
Oh.
on overhyped, overpriced, or collecting whiskeys rather than drinking them.
Got
So
it.
they call them
Got it.
taters.
Taters.
And so one of the terms for whiskeys that are like just expensive for the sake of being expensive, like maybe the Willet last week, they would call them tater bait.
fair. That is
Yeah.
Willet is definitely tater bait.
Yeah. Well,
In my
that
opinion.
Willet, that Willet,
That Willet is definitely
that
tater
Willet in particular.
Yeah.
I think I've heard enough good talks about other Willets
It has
that
to
I
be
think
good.
the other Willets are different. But yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are a high age, high proof group here for sure.
Mhm.
I'm definitely a high barrel proof type of person. I know I like barrel proofs and higher age stuff. So,
well, I mean, we've had so many things that are high proof and have incredible flavor palettes where they're just diverse and interesting. And then we've had things that are like 40%. And it's like, yeah, there's interesting taste here, but I mean, it's all because they watered it down. So it's like harder to be flavorful at a high proof than it is to be flavorful at a low proof.
For sure.
So, Krabby, you might find it interesting to watch our last episode on YouTube. We talk a little bit. One of the previous episodes, the Whiskey House, is the episode name. I went and visited one of the largest whiskey collections on the East Coast, and they actually had a bottle of whiskey that still had liquid in it that they got to try, that was from the age before they started bottling American whiskey. So this was when you would go to gas stations and fill up your whiskey jug.
Bruh.
Back in, and not gas stations. This weren't even gas stations. Sorry, that's the wrong way to phrase it. I'm
I was about to
thinking
say
about gas
petrol
stations.
or whatever.
These weren't even petrol stations. These were just you had convenience marts that were like your grocer.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
everything you bought. You would buy your Dapper Dan there. Like, you would go there, you would bring a jug, and they would fill it up with whiskey. Unfortunately, it was the worst thing he had ever tasted. But the reason is that those jugs had obviously like
Degraded into the whiskey.
degraded and into the whiskey, molded over. Like it was rough. It was in rough shape. But they still tried it. When they poured out the liquid, it was like murky.
Oh.
So,
What
They were like,
so, but yes, there were a few whiskeys like that I got to see. Yeah, I'm going insane, dude. Yeah,
bad time.
crazy.
Bad time.
So
you said you finished solo leveling there, Anthony.
We did.
Yeah.
We couldn't wait for the English. We just had to keep watching.
honestly, that's fair.
It was
Okay.
too good. It was too
It
much.
ramps up quick in the second season.
I'm
It
so
kicks up.
sad that it was a 25 episode like thing So hopefully season 3 does get greenlit and happens. But like,
they
dude,
made more money than they know what to do with. They broke every episode broke the
every
previous episode's record.
Yeah. They
Okay,
crashed
good.
Crunchyroll's servers every single time they released an episode.
Yeah.
Good. That's
It's
good
like-
news. I think so my wife was saying that Solo Leveling is the most like me anime we've ever watched.
Oh yeah, it's power fantasy on a
Power
whole
fantasy
different level.
100%.
Yeah,
But also
it's-
like there's lightheartedness, of course, but it's not like cringy and annoying like
You
in
know-
Demon Slayer.
The
Or
best
yeah.
way to explain it for like how I knew you would love this writing is that it is the epitome of Dragon Ball storytelling. You have a Goku-like character who always comes in and saves the day at the end in the best, most suspenseful, coolest way possible. And everybody else
Oh yeah, I
fails
agree with Ash.
before
No,
it.
it's because it's Matrixy. I don't think there's any. I don't.
The storytelling is 100% Dragon Ball Z. Like he's even gone on record to say that's like like his inspiration.
Yeah, but like
Yusuke
a
is
hero
amazing.
showing up to save the day at the last minute isn't like a telltale sign of a show I like.
I'm not
Is
saying
what I'm
it
saying.
is.
That's not like what I'm. That's not what like makes me happy about. That's what I'm saying.
I could see that. I could see that.
Okay.
I could just I see the parallels between how influential and how influential to you in particular Dragon Ball Z as a show or an existence has been.
So like I would okay, time out. Dragon Ball Z is something that I have known and enjoyed for a very long time, and I will always love it. I like Vash the Stampede more than Dragon Ball Z.
Fair. I can see that. Trigun's
So I
amazing.
like Trigun better
More than you like Dragon Ball.
than Dragon Ball. Because Trigun was so much better of a story and epicness and everything that happened. I still love Dragon Ball Z. It's one of my favorite things ever. But I very much know that after the Cell Saga, things got a little crazy and a little weird. I still enjoy it, still love it, but it's just, it's not as epic as so many other things.
I agree. I think that
I can see
Does that make
I think
sense?
solo leveling is a natural evolution of what a lot of people look for in a shonen anime. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that Trigun was like an offshoot of what could be considered a shonen anime, but there's a lot of seinen in there in terms of some of its themes and its major plot points. However, that being said, solo leveling doesn't really do seinen. It's like this happy
Yeah.
medium in between, just like Trigun is, but it gives you the crazy high dopamine fights that Dragon Ball Z always warms up to. There's always like a leading up to this big fight that happens at the very end, because we never get our full fight until the very end of the season. You get at least 3 clashes of big fights in each season of solo leveling. So of course you love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
It does the like I said, I think and from the solo leveling's author in and of itself, because he's talked about this, he wanted to create the same type of feeling as Dragon Ball Z in the build up, in the side characters, in how they created like all of these dynamics. But at the end of the
Akira?
day, Goku
oh yeah.
At the end of the day, this is a Goku character. This is the guy. This is your hero. Right? And he
Some
wanted to
drip
perfect
blue.
that idea. He wanted to perfect that in the style of Korea.
Yeah, and the
Because
manhwa
obviously
style.
all of this is Korean written, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted to create that type of story, that feeling for Korean storytelling, because it just wasn't done as much in Korea.
Yeah.
Right? Like Korea, for people that don't know, they focus on different things, right? Like you see noblesse, you see these characters that start at the peak,
regression.
and their storytelling is all about regression, or the idea that the story that matters isn't about the power, right? That's
It's
a lot
about-
of their culture.
Yeah.
The writer for Solo Leveling wanted to throw that on its head and draw from the shonen style storytelling.
And now all the manhwas do exactly what
Yeah.
Solo Leveling
And now,
does.
yeah, obviously,
it's like
yeah.
a culture shift so
100%.
hard.
Yeah, it is literally culture shifted Korean manhwas to be more similar to mangas, which is very interesting because I also think that the market needs some noblesse and other stories like that because
We need something different, period. Eric,
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
don't even think it's regression. I don't think it's isekai. I
Well,
don't
I
think
don't-
it's
I
shonen.
don't
Like,
think
I don't know, but
I don't think I've gone on record yet, but I think my favorite anime has been Dune.
has been what?
It's taken 3 decades, but my favorite anime for the longest time obviously has been Trigun. It's been
Uh-huh.
one of my favorite mangas as well, my favorite stories. But I think the more I've read it, the more I've watched it, the more I've thought about it, I think Frieren is better.
Frieren is definitely better.
Yeah. I think Frieren is the best manga or anime that I have experienced.
Yeah.
In almost every way. It is so phenomenal. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Anthony, have you done any Frieren yet?
I don't know what that is, man.
Okay. So whenever you get a chance, there's a series. Actually, I would highly suggest because of the style that you.
It's a hard one, right? It's a hard one.
It's a hard one to start and then stop. So like, I would find a way to binge it all in one go.
Yeah, it's one of those where I don't even want to overhype it or talk about
Yeah.
it too much
How do you
because
spell it?
Frieren.
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 In terms of spelling for us Americans.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. For the American audience, it's like very weird. But Frieren. So a lot of the names and stuff like that are based from like Germanic languages.
Yeah.
But it is one where I legit, when I read the synopsis and I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't know. This
Mhm.
feels cheap. This feels weird. It doesn't feel that interesting. But man, it is.
Don't overhype. Don't
Yeah.
overhype.
It's just so different. It's so different.
Yeah.
The storytelling is different. The story that it's trying to tell is different. The way it tells it, everything is so refreshing and nice.
The emphasis of the show is not where you think it is, but there is still effort placed into it. So just check it out.
And then when you start looking into all the details, the connections and everything, oh my goodness, it's so crazy. So crazy. So
Dude, I didn't used to think that I liked sci-fi like fantasy, so Star Wars and stuff like that too much
Yeah.
Mhm.
until I started playing Star Citizen. And then I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Now
this
you're like,
stuff's
oh
good.
man, I'm really into sci-fi.
sci-fi's dope.
Yeah,
man.
like so then I started watching, rewatching Star Wars and Star Trek, and The Expanse was one of the best shows I've ever watched. I don't know if y'all ever saw that.
I wonder if he would like Gundam.
So I tried watching that, but it was a little claustrophobic with the art style.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
That was the only problem. I felt weird.
I think a better
Um,
one would be like
Macross?
Wait, did you wait?
Evangelius or something like that.
What?
Evangelius.
Evangelion would be very difficult, I think.
It's dated, but I think the sci-fi.
No. The movies would be good. I think the movies would be good
I see.
for
I
him
see
to
what you're
do. It's
saying.
just like,
Evangelion.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that one's like that one's like Gundam sci-fi done with intent, I feel. Whereas Gundam was kind of done to like sell toys.
Yeah.
Evangelion was like done as a sci-fi experience to really question how you think about things. They're just done differently, right?
I don't know. So like, crazy thing is though, I don't know of any game that has implemented something as cool as Star Citizen has trying to figure out right now, which is in game. I say trying to figure out because like balancing things.
Right.
Right now they have an orbital laser system. So it's just like a big sandbox PvE situation that'll always be there now. And you have to do all the right things, align all the right satellites, and then an orbital laser comes down, opens up a cave with high value minables. People need to go in there and mine. And so we're in there, we're mining with our mech suits, you know, and it's epic. And then suddenly someone turns on the laser again and everybody dies.
See,
And you
like,
just get blasted by the laser, and it's like, okay, so we need a guard at the laser button because we can't let that happen again.
oh,
But there's like, it's so
Every
it's so
day.
funny and epic just to get like destroyed by an
day.
orbital laser. Like, so cool.
every day you bring me more information, and every day I'm like, man, I'm not sure about Star Citizen.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
Oh god.
They got the mech fantasy going now. It's
Yeah.
really satisfying. Like, their gameplay mechanics are incredible.
I
Like,
believe
top
it.
notch.
I believe it.
You know what I feel would be so cool if Star Citizen, sorry, not Star Citizen, because this isn't really a Star Citizen. If CIG started outsourcing and creating an API module so that they could offload development of different modules to other companies that did it really well. For example, I love the Armored Core series for mechs. I think they do mechs the best. I think it would be so cool if CIG could be like, hey, we have an API. Here's how you develop in our system. It's kind of open source, but you know, they could have some payment model and stuff like that to work together with other companies. And then they could essentially be like, hey, you did mechs the best. Implement your mech tech into Star Citizen world so mechs work like that.
I don't know, man. The people that are making the game mechanics are doing an incredible job.
But I
And
mean, the mechs just will never be as good as people who did an entire game about mechs. Because
That's
like
not
they,
true.
I mean, Armored Core just had an immense amount of money to only do mechs. Like they literally were like, we're gonna create everything for mechs,
Yeah,
only
but
for mechs.
some of the
Just like-
people that worked on that might work at CIG right now, and so they could be bringing it to the table. And there's the whole mechanic, the whole world mechanic, the person mechanic, where we all just get better at things together, and
May I
it
say
contributes and makes everybody better.
May I say something?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're not right, Anthony. But I also am saying that to be able to say that the team that is on Star Citizen is capable of implementing a mech system
Mhm.
that would be at least competitive or equivalent to what the Armored Core team from Software did
Okay.
is a it's a bit of a stretch.
No, this is very
it's just
easy.
A stretch.
This
It's
is
just a
very
stretch
easy.
for me.
I'm gonna do y'all some service and the rest of the world some service here. Okay. 100 years ago, it was really difficult to make a car,
Right.
and also there was no such thing as a rocket. Now we
Mhm.
have 10 different teams making a hypercar, a Formula One car with rocket ship level precision and engineering
Mm-hmm.
individually. They are each doing it separately because there are rules and regulations saying none of you can share your homework. They're not the same car. They are all starting from scratch on their own. So yeah, that's proof of what I'm saying. That means that like if one company made the best mech video game in the world, 10 others can easily do it because they have discovered it as a first, sure. But once you have discovered something for the human race,
Mm-hmm.
that now becomes available to other people more easily through the sharing of information. It's not only they could do it and that's it for the next 1,000 years. Like no one else is ever going to be
But
able
that
to do
isn't-
it like they did.
Whoa, but that isn't what I'm talking about.
I don't
though.
think
I'm
that's-
not
yeah.
talking about it from a knowledge perspective. I'm talking about it from a resource perspective, right? CIG, if they had a way to work with other companies like from software,
This is
they
pie in the sky at
could-
the point,
they-
because there's
well,
no-
there's
it's-
no way to do this currently. There's
Yeah.
no company that has done this. But if companies had more accessible ways of working with each other for large systems like this, then CIG could offload pieces of their idea to
Yeah.
companies that have already mastered that idea
I mean, I wish
to be
that
able to do it quicker and better.
I wish that
I'm
was the
not
thing
talking-
for
I'm not saying
all
they
sorts
can't
of
do it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I
I'm
wish
not saying
that
they
like
can't do it, I'm
every
just saying
video game
I
company,
love that.
like I wish all companies would do this, but especially like every video game company would work with multiple companies that are no bigger than like 50 people per company. And they all each have like a specialty and they work together to create a whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because from a human perspective, like supposedly people think that they can manage things at scale.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe so. I believe once you get to scale, you have a lot of problems that you cannot avoid.
Parts.
Right.
A lot of moving parts.
And so that's why I
This is
like to
why
throw out the number
duct-
50.
you know, this is why duct tape is so popular. It's used on
Got a light side and a
airplanes.
dark side.
It's used on
Mhm.
used on your car. Like,
We
it doesn't matter what scale you're talking about. There's going to be a hole that duct tape can help with.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely.
But what side do you use? The light side or the dark side?
I mean,
Whichever side
both
sticks.
sides are effective, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See how it
the
What does that mean?
but yeah, no. I'm just saying I would love to see that for a lot of different reasons. But I just so that we can offload work. Like I think the pie that CIG is trying to build, right, is complex and hard and has a lot of technical pieces to it. And the economy in gaming as a whole doesn't. I know it's a special tape, Ash. Get out of here with your technical.
Get out of the chat, Ash. What I tell you
Get out
about
of here.
showing
What
up
is
here
this?
again?
What is this? Where are the pitchforks?
We told you, Anthony. We told you to get your laugh out of this goddamn chat.
Whoa, that's a little too American right there. Okay, Texas.
Now that we have heard from the Texas contingent, let's hear what everybody else has to say.
but yes, I
Oh
would
my
love for a system like you're talking about of game companies being able to work together on larger projects like Star Citizen, so that somebody like CIG doesn't have to solve all of these problems to some degree again. They can just be like, oh yeah, people
They're
have
handling
already like spent thousands of hours and are masters of this. We don't have to spend thousands of hours on this, right? Now we can spend our thousands of hours on this other stuff that we are the pioneers of, you know.
I also think that the like 10,000 hour mastery thing is kind of a fallacy and misleads a lot of people
to some degree
into like thinking they can never accomplish something or no one could live up to something because, oh, well, it'll take 10,000 hours and I don't have the time to do that in my life. And this person did and stuff like that.
I
like
think
to think of it
the
as a
original,
barometer, honestly.
well,
It's like,
yeah,
well,
the
sorry.
original research paper treats it as a spectrum. It's
Yeah.
just that 10,000 hours is the average of that spectrum.
Like even if you're like a specific style of learner for this kind of activity, like let's say I'm learning guitar and all I'm learning with is sheet music, and that model of learning is not ideal for me. With 10,000 hours of doing sheet music with guitar, I should hit mastery by then.
But
you
as
also
we
have,
know,
like, different
with-
aspects of that
with-
too.
Yeah.
there's so many people with 10,000 hours of driving experience on the road and they're
Oh
all
man,
suck.
terrible. Absolutely
They
terrible.
all suck.
Well,
Absolutely
yeah.
terrible.
When they did the original research time, 10,000 hours is the average because of things like that. Dedicated practice and certain styles of practicing are
Mhm.
immensely more efficient than 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like 1 hour can equal 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, depending on how you do it.
Guys, video games.
Mhm.
Yeah. What have
I
y'all-
wonder what game we've been playing. I played Stardew Valley last night.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
Yeah, sorry.
Stardew
he's
Valley.
becoming soft.
Yes. I played with my mom, you jerk.
Are
Did
you
wear-
excited?
Did you get your cottage core on? Did you feel in charge?
I live in a trailer and we started in the Meadowlands. So,
Nice. I love
map.
the fish start, the river start, where you.
I
have
used
the
to love that
river.
one too, but
Oh
now
my
it's old
gosh.
school. It's old news.
But
Boring.
it's so
Old-
pretty. I just like it because it's so pretty. I like having a river and run through the middle.
Yeah. I would like it if they would do a new one.
So they're doing he's what's his name? Curious
Ape.
Cat? Curious
Ape.
Curious
Curious
Ape.
ape.
He's doing the Chocolate Factory game where you get to be Willy Wonka.
He's been doing that for 10 years. I'll believe it
think-
when I see it.
Well, he did the official announcement trailer last year or something like that.
Yeah, he did the forum post 5 years ago.
He did. I mean, he obviously started working on it a long time ago, but
Has anyone else been playing anything other than one game?
I mean, I've been playing 2 games technically, but they're the same game.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I've been playing Star Citizen. I almost said Stardew Valley again.
well, we did our Star Citizen breakdown.
No, we
That
didn't.
was-
Oh, we tried.
we tried to play 4.1, but we didn't get to play it. Let me just double check.
I was able to log in today and experience the laser from orbit blasting me out of the.
You know what I
Cave.
did do, because it's going to be there are a few games that I want to do for streaming coming up, that I'm looking forward to. But I went ahead and started every now and then getting a few rounds of Noita in again. The reason being is that there is a challenge in Noita that I want to do, that I'll do as a challenge stream one day, soon-ish. But
Okay.
if y'all don't remember Noita, of course is the
It's a cave dwelling 2D game.
yeah, every pixel is trying to kill you. It is the coolest.
Every
Game
pixel
engine.
is physics based or something.
Yes.
The guy
The
wrote an
coolest
engine to
game
make the
engine.
game.
Yes. I want him to open source that engine so badly, and he just hasn't done it.
He refuses to share the love.
Yeah, I would really love it if he released that engine, because I couldn't tell you how many times I've wanted to develop stuff in that engine. Yes, the Wizard Death
Death Simulator. Yeah, you got the name wrong. Did you know that
Noita?
Noita means like female wizard?
Noita is female wizard?
It means like
So it's-
wizard or female wizard in
No, it like specifically means female wizard.
yeah.
So it's female wizard death simulator
Oh, I see.
specifically.
No, specifically.
Any other games before we talk about the rivalry?
Yeah, and
how we feel about it?
Most of the games I've been doing, I did Marvel Rivals. I think I finished all of Infernax before our last.
Yeah,
Love a
Last-
feminist game.
I am working on the video for that now. I've got, I'm about 70-80% done with the script.
Wow. Eric's going to become a YouTuber.
Oh yeah,
I'll have the YouTube video soonish. I didn't get as much time as I would have liked to this weekend to work on it. We just had a bunch of stuff come up.
there's a video that I want to produce where I stole an insane amount of stuff in Star Citizen. Next
Oh,
level,
nice.
like biggest heist ever.
Nice.
It was
You guys
so
trying to
crazy.
pressure me to make a YouTube video?
Yes, sir. Do
Yeah.
it. Do it.
You.
What are we
100%.
doing right now,
How
Nat?
dare you?
What are we
Yeah,
doing
this
right
is-
now?
This is our YouTube video.
We're literally making a very long-winded YouTube video.
Fair.
Ridiculous.
But yeah,
All
I
right.
think the rest of it was
So,
Rivals
for those of you that don't know, I leveraged birthday.
Hold on.
Gaming wishes
Let me coach
to
this
get
up. Hold
the-
up. Hold up. Hold up. Because I'll let you have your piece in just a moment, because this story is about me.
Ah!
I have hated global objective games
Me too.
since the beginning. Since Overwatch, I'm like, this feels like ass. Big booty,
Oh, okay.
butt cheeks. It's terrible.
Wait, have you seen the one girl when she ults or she jumps in the air, and then while she's in the air, she shifts her legs to do a booty bump? It's completely unnatural and unnecessary, but it's literally
Is
just
it Emma is it
just to
Luna
throw
Snow?
the butt out. I think so, or it might be the girl that ice skates.
That's Luna Snow.
That's
Yeah,
legit.
yeah. So she jumps in the air naturally,
She's-
and then while she's up
she's-
there, she throws that booty out.
She's a K-pop idol. I don't understand anyway. It's fine.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway.
Speaking
so-
of booty bumping, by the way, Next topic after this
Yeah.
will be Power World, and I'll tell you why
Oh
in a little bit.
no. Okay. So we have friends who are really into the game. Specifically, somebody we played with named Jason, and he was like, "Bro, this game is actually kind of fun." And I was like, "No, I hate it. Don't bring me that poison, and don't bring it to my friends because I know they're gonna start playing it."
I was on the same boat. I was like, yo, I don't want to play another one of these.
Anthony was good.
I just know.
I come online one day, and lo and behold, who's online playing Rivals but my very own friend, Eric. Disgusting. Absolutely reprehensible. So I'm like, okay, fine. I just won't associate with this. I'm not going to talk about it. He can talk about it, but I'm not going to talk about it. I don't like these games. I'll talk about how much I don't like these games on the podcast. Few weeks go by. Eric's still playing, and now Anthony has a birthday. Anthony,
Wait,
what do you do?
it's been months.
It's been
since
months.
you started playing.
It's been
Okay.
months. Eric
He's been
is
playing
now
all year. It's been
Diamond?
3 months.
Yeah, I'm essentially Diamond. I'm like one game away from Diamond.
Eric is very good at the game. And lo and behold, what do I encounter today? Go ahead, Anthony. Tell me what I saw.
Look,
What
okay.
disgusting slop I had on my table for breakfast.
Look. Star Citizen wasn't working, so we had to play another game. And okay, so what happened was, I don't remember how many weeks ago I tried Marvel Rivals with Eric because I'm a good friend. I didn't want to.
Mm-hmm. You didn't want to. Okay.
I didn't want to, but since he agreed to play a game I wanted him to play, I was like, fine, I'll play. I had fun, but I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like, I was like, whatever. I mean, it's just another Overwatch. Like, it's fine. It's fun. It is good, objectively, but it's the same thing. So I didn't keep playing it. But ever since I got the new graphics card and the 4K 240 hertz OLED monitor, I've been like, I would like to play a game that could do 240 FPS beautifully. And what game am I going to try it? Probably Marvel Rivals. And then what happens on Friday? Eric and I get like server locked. We can't log into Star Citizen anymore. We tried. I'm like, what game are we going to play?
We did try. We even tried while playing Marvel Rivals. Like, we were actively like, we want to play Star Citizen for the new patch and could not. So
we couldn't. Yeah. So I was like, you want to play some quick Marvel Rivals and then we can come back? And we'd never ever able to come back. So we just kept playing. And then I got a little bit addicted because it is fun. It is good. You know, it's
yes.
The destructive buildings is nice addition that isn't in the other similar games.
No.
I will say that playing anything but Duelist is kind of lame.
It's mysterious. It makes sense
like,
at a certain point.
Like, I don't know, so in my experience, playing a healer is either too easy or absolutely horrible because you're just dying constantly. Like, there's no challenge, there's no fun for me in any of the healers. It's like, I would like to be contributing to the battle, but I have to keep healing people, and healing is easy because I can see them through walls. You know, I don't have to guess. It's easy mode. And I don't know. It's just nothing. There's nothing good about it for me. And then the tanks, it's a similar situation where it's like, okay, you get to fight, but it feels like you have 1,000-pound like anchor tied to your leg while you're trying to walk and play and do things. And it's just like, I don't know. So I guess ultimately it's like the game is fun and I enjoy it, but I don't agree with the whole like healer tank situation. You know, I think that's why I like
disagree.
Apex Legends so much more, because
Everybody gets damage.
look, if I could queue up and say I only want to play DPS, then I wouldn't mind having the tanks and the healers in every game. But when we go into a game and you have to pick your person, and then no one picks healer and no one picks tank, and it just kind of ruins it. It's just like it's just
I do
weird.
wish there was a solution for that. I do.
There
agree.
is.
I don't
Overwatch
think
does the solution. You
everybody-
queue up for your role. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
I do agree that you should like there needs to be solutions for playing the right thing because it is not my intent for anybody to be forced to play a role that they don't enjoy. However, those roles are, in my opinion, what make this style of game infinitely better than Apex Legends, in my opinion. Like, so much so that it's not even close. I think, obviously, I'm super biased, but I think healing in general is just so much fun to me. I think the management aspect of that, plus all of the other things, there's so many different play styles for like tanks and healers that are intrinsic to how they play, but they don't have feedback in how they affect the game immediately. So there's no impact. A straightforward impact is easy to connect the dots to. Like space control is really, really difficult in games like Marvel Rivals. And Marvel Rivals has really, really good map design comparatively to like Overwatch in general. Overwatch is actually, in my opinion,
terrible.
is great from a hero perspective, but terrible from a map design perspective. And the maps literally killed 1.0 for me.
So, like, to me, it would make so much more sense to have a situation where you have one tank, one healer, and then 3 or 4 DPS, because that's like the proportions of people, basically, and what they want to do. That tank needs to be a real tank, dude. Like, solo leveling, giant S-rank tank that does take a while to kill, especially if the healer's alive. Like, 2 to 3 to 5 times longer to kill. A proper tank.
I can see a case for what you're saying, but I can also see a case that the way that they've approached tanks in this game are a breath of fresh air for a model that has been stale for quite some time. Because I think having just the one tank is the reason why you have that idea that it has to be a big dude with a big shield, but doesn't do really like a lot of damage. Or there's another caveat where like they're just incredibly slow or something along those lines. Because you have 2 tanks in this game, you are able to give them a more variable experience to the same model.
Yeah, once you get to higher ranks too and start like getting to a point where you're working more together with your teams, the different compositions lead to very interesting games. Like playing different comps versus some comps like a 2-2-2 versus a 1-2-3 versus all of these different things, and there's a bunch that are viable. And to be able to be like, oh, we're gonna go 2 divers versus one team that goes more defensively, and that's all based on their tank picks, is really, really interesting. Because like picking Captain America as your second tank versus picking Magneto as your second tank leads to totally different play styles, which I think is very interesting.
I hate that, though.
I think the problem that I have that I agree with is that nobody likes it when they go into a game and they don't get something of a comp. And that feels really bad.
You're just disjointed from the game. You feel a complete barrier between the actual fun that the game is supposed to be giving
100%.
you.
And so this is the biggest problem that you have to solve in this type of game. Because I think on one hand, I'm like, no, it's really nice to have these things when you're ingrained into them and you invest into them and you have teams that are willing to invest into them. It becomes the thing that is like super dynamic and makes this game wildly different from playthrough to playthrough, that is just so dynamic because people are changing and trying out different strategies and doing things to differentiate their gameplay. And it makes for swing and fun moments and wild comeback wins and crazy defensive holds. But it sucks in quick play. And that is where I've had like 90% of this occur. It occurs in ranked, obviously, sometimes too. But when you get into ranked, people have an investment in wanting the team to do well rather than just themselves wanting to do well. And that little bit of extra investment leads to better games the higher rank you get, for sure. In my
Anthony,
opinion.
have you played ranked yet? I haven't played it.
He
yet.
has.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, he had a terrible first game, unfortunately.
In the first game, there was very obviously like extremely experienced Spider-Man Smurf that was just instant killing everybody.
Yeah, bronze is still rough, unfortunately. And I concede to that fully. Like, bronze is really rough. And, like, the way that ranked is designed, because Marvel Rivals is a free game where you can just create different accounts with just an email.
Yep.
Like, bronze becomes a just trash bin of quick play. Like, bronze is essentially still quick play. It really doesn't convert into something that is fun to play until you move out of bronze. And it's like instant too. Like, the minute you get into silver and gold, you start to just have good games, and you're going to get to whatever rank you are. And like, those are the games are going to be super close, and you're going to be at a 50% win rate wherever you get to. And they're just going to be fun games back to back to back, with the occasional 1 out of 15 game where somebody's just an absolute trash of a human.
We just have to get out of bronze, Anthony. Apparently.
Oh no. So
We'll see.
back to Apex Legends, which back in the day was an incredible game. Their biggest mistake was, oh, we just have to keep releasing new characters instead of, oh, we need to keep releasing new maps.
Yeah.
And more mechanics that were for everybody, not just a new character.
I do
'Cause
think the
eventually they kinda
characters they
ruined the game.
chose to ruin the game for me
Yes.
specifically.
But before that, I developed the opinion that I stand by, that I agree. There's going to be arenas forever. A lot of people love arenas, but a battle royale mechanic for FPS is something that makes there's no repetition. Like the number of different fights that can occur on the battlefield is so high that you're not, oh, I've died in that one spot 1,000 times because it's the best sniper spot, but and there's no better sniper spot, so I have to go there, but this is where I live, this is where I die, this is where all the exact same things happen, and then you go online and you're watching content for it, and it's all the same. It's all just the same exact thing over and over.
I think the best game for FPS that will ever be made will be a battle royale that implements a Vanguard duelist strategist 3-person team where you queue as what you want so that you always have those 3 and you do a battle royale thing. And
like, I would love to try this game, Battle Royale. Marvel Rivals
100%.
Battle Royale.
Dude,
Like,
I'd be down. The Battle
would be
Royale
really
part is
cool.
not the issue I have with Apex Legends. It is far from it. I
No, they
agree
made-
with you on that point.
they made mistakes with just bad character
Yes,
development.
100%. They just, and not even character development as much as, like, the whole point of a battle royale is not to have the information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
you
don't
And
know where people are.
They
Yeah, like,
added
just download the
12 different
entire-
characters, and now every other character in
Wall
every
hacks.
team has
Yeah.
wall hacks or character hacks, knows where everybody is, knows where the things are. Like, and the minute you add that, you literally destroy the whole point of it being a battle royale.
You kill the skill expression.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And so, like, I agree with you though. Like, I think the ideal perfect game would be a combination between something like Marvel Rivals and Apex Legends, where good character design would lead to exactly what you're talking about. Because I also agree, I don't think that these are the best game modes. I don't particularly think that pushing a point or point control is the quote unquote best way to do it, simply because they're just easy ways to do it, because they specifically cause you to have engagement with the other team in a very specific way. They force engagement.
Hmm.
Apex Legends forces engagement too, but in a more dynamic way because everybody has their different strategies and everything is getting closer together. But it starts so spread out that you get these moments of just downtime and intense, and it's this wave of emotion and reaction, which Marvel Rivals doesn't get that. And I would love to see something like that with those types of heroes. I just think that Marvel Rivals, the hero design is so good that it outweighs the downsides of the point control.
You remind me of a battle royale pet peeve I have, which is that you mentioned downtime. There's a lot of battle royale players that for some reason think that you need to do a lot of looting and a lot of running, right? And the actual best strategy in a battle royale is to land somewhere where you can do a little bit of very short 1 to 2 minute looting to make sure you have the basic stuff. And then you need to already be right next to another team or two. You have to engage in a fight as quickly as possible. Because when you win that fight, you now get way more loot than you could have gotten by yourself. And you need to go from fight to fight until you have at least the best loot. You almost want to fight nonstop at least the lower ranks, but because that's just how you get the most. Like, you have 10. If you fight and win against 3 teams that also fought and won against other teams, you've potentially just got the loot from like 9 different teams, maybe more, instead of the loot from just yourself. So that's like looting for 20 minutes, which the game doesn't even last 20 minutes, instead of looting by yourself for 12 minutes, slowly trying to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that people do.
Yeah.
And then they call the games boring and walking simulators because of it.
Yeah, it's just a play style. Most of them are, and I think those types of players are just like the average player for those types of games, right? They have a limited amount of time. They don't get to practice that game. They don't go into it with the mindset of I need to practice the game to get better at it. They go into it thinking I'm going in and I need to survive at all costs, and any engagement lowers my chances of survival in this game. Where in actuality, the more practice you get at engagements, the better you get at knowing when to engage, how to engage, where to engage. And so the more engagements, the better. And while that may lead to a short-term loss, in the long run, you will end up winning more engagements and have a much better return as you get better at the game.
Well, it's funny because Apex Legends tried to encourage people to understand that and do that through their mechanic, because they had a really great system for ranking up where you would start with 0 points at bronze, right? And then say you were like in diamond, you would start with like negative 20 points. And then winning the game would get you points, sure. Second place as well, third place as well. But also getting individual kills would get you points.
Yeah.
So you could rank up just by getting 5 kills early on in the game and still getting like 15th place out of 20 or something like that. And so they're just like, they're trying to point it out. And yeah, in games like that, it's like people don't like it, people don't get it in general, but you have to hot drop. You have to go to school, you know.
You have to figure it out.
Old PUBG reference. Drop school.
I don't want to go to school.
Did you play PUBG, Nat?
I did.
So did you drop school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't like... guys, Fortnite, PUBG, Apex, I've just never been good, and I've never gotten good.
What would
So
your
I've
friend
never
Jason say?
enjoyed. Jason tried to get me into this game a lot.
No.
What
He
would he
said
say?
it the other
He
day.
would give me a quote from Jake from Adventure Time and saying that sucking at something's the first step of being kind of good at something.
Yeah.
And when I was a teacher, it was a poster in my classroom saying that to my kids.
Mhm.
So I really take offense with him using my own
Mm-hmm.
words against myself when it comes to the things that I find troublesome to learn.
But guess what?
Yeah.
You kicked some butt with magic the other day.
I really didn't.
Yeah, you did. Dude, you had the other people that we didn't know saying that you did good.
I did okay.
That's true.
I did
You
okay.
had random pubbers saying, "Holy crap, magic!" You destroyed us.
Dude,
Let's
Magic
go.
rocks, man. Magic is
Magic
so good.
is
We were
super fun.
playing a game earlier, and Magic was wrecking.
Dude, the character's great. I just like there's like a certain like anybody who's played League, they know about Riven and they know about the whole animation canceling piece of like her entire kit. Magic is literally Riven for this game.
100%.
Like and like almost like one for one except for the stun. Like
No, you even have a little bit of that.
You even have
You stun
Yeah.
people when you do that uppercut for a second.
Oh shit, yeah. So yeah, you have
It's
two of her
literally
abilities
1-1.
combined into the stun and the dash, and then you
Yeah.
also have a 3-part combo that can exist between you meleeing, portaling, doing a move, portaling again, doing a move, melee. It's big brain stuff. It's really cool, but at the same time, I'm just like, dude, I'm just not good.
Just takes time.
I'm just not
Dude.
good at it right now.
Just takes time.
There's been a few times where someone like does some weird animation from their skill, and it like blocks my field, like my screen.
Yeah.
So I'm about to like land a shot, right? And it's like really annoying, but then at the same time really satisfying when you still aim and shoot at where you think they are
And you still
and
get
make it, even though you
Yeah.
can't see.
So
You're like, I got to land a
tasty.
shot, I just can't freaking see it.
taste.
It's weird, dude.
Oh.
The third person perspective is an interesting choice.
Yeah, it gives me Gears of War vibes.
Well,
In the sense
for
that,
me,
like,
it's global agenda all day.
But you can also
Yeah.
wall peek.
Yes.
Which you
The
need
funny
to
th-
do for certain characters, to be honest.
Yep.
I think.
It's funny how many people do it poorly and then you can still shoot their elbow.
Yeah. You also get to it also leads to the whole situation of peak priority too. Which is
Yeah,
even
you want to
more
point
than
right
leaning,
instead of left.
right? Yeah. Peeking right is substantially better. And this is different even than like, you know, you have games like Escape from Tarkov and stuff like that where you can switch right-handed to left-handed weapon and peek either direction, and you want to make sure to do that if you're peeking left a lot. But if you peek right, it's worse or it's better than peeking left in Escape from Tarkov, but not that much better. But in a third-person perspective, peeking right is infinitely better than peeking left. So it's almost always better to position yourself on the map in such a way that the place in the area that you want to control, you are peeking right into that area. Right? And that's hard for some people to think. Yes. On to an interest. So we all know Power World and Pocket Pair, right? Power World is an amazing game. So excited for it. 1.0 release. I'm
Yes,
definitely going to play it again.
And I would argue that they were the original creators of the idea of throwing a net at an animal to capture it.
A ball.
Incredible.
A ball.
No, any capturing device.
Yeah. But
There.
they should have the ball.
That is the
on it.
patent
Yeah.
that someone thinks is
So
something.
Pocket Pair obviously has been hit by, you know, all kinds of nonsense from Nintendo and all kinds of bullshit.
Ninjago.
Yeah. And so Pocket Pair needs to make money. And did they know what to do. Pocket Pair just announced that they are releasing a Power World adjacent game
Oh, really?
called Pal Heart World.
Oh,
More
no.
than just pals.
Oh, Ash already knows.
No.
Which is
No.
which is
No. No.
Wait.
No!
Wait.
Which is-
Wait.
which is which is a smut VN where you get to fall in love with all of your favorite pals from Pal World.
I don't see this. I don't. This isn't real.
Oh no! Is it not real?
It is 100% real. It's on Steam. They already have the page up and everything.
Oh no! Pal Heart.
I don't know.
World.
I don't even see it on their website.
No,
Fake
it's
news.
Pal Heart World. More than just pals. I'm looking at it right now. PAL heart symbol world.
So you get to go to your favorite high school with all of your favorite pals.
Oh,
And I just
my
love that one of the
God.
mechanics is that you this is wild. One of the mechanics is that you get to talk with the pal and then you get to rub them to make them happy. And that's just absolutely wild. Pocket Pair is off the rails, guys. Like they were like, "You want to sue us, Nintendo? We're going to take all your childhood monsters that you held dear to heart,
Oh no,
that you were sure would be
Lavander.
for under 18.
No.
You dare patent our catching device? Well, guess what? We're going to ruin every child image that you have of every Pokemon ever."
Black market, bro. This is dark.
It's dark, dude. Dude. I'm telling you, man, they run off the rails. It is amazing.
Oh,
This is the most
God.
like.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
I'm telling you, it's off the rails, guys. It is. I saw this and I was like, oh, the Power World made an announcement. Maybe they came out with a new patch. And then I clicked on the little banner at the top of Steam and I was like, what have they done? What are they doing? Yeah, they legit went off the rails with this, and I'm in for it. I'm so in for it. Pocket Pair, you know how to make money.
Bro.
Sell so much. This is going to, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the top selling game on Steam when it releases. When it goes into early access, it will be number one on the store.
Multiple things to run. It's not just what's on the banner.
I'm telling you, they went all out of this. I legit. Here's the thing.
The furries are going.
This
to
is like
lose
what
it.
Ash thought I was playing when she saw me playing Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yes, look. I can tell you right now, if Nintendo had not filed the lawsuits and patents, this game would not exist.
Fair.
This game was a legit combative Pocket Pair towards Pokemon, 100%.
Wow. It's gonna make stupid money.
Dude, I'm telling you, like they wouldn't have had to do that if they could have just focused on Power World, but instead they have to fight all these legal battles, and Nintendo
And
forced
make money
this
to do
into our lives. And
Nintendo, how could you?
I'm in for it. This is amazing. Amazing. This is hilarious.
Bro, this is
Ash, I requisition that you and B should do a co-op stream playthrough
just play through
of
it.
this game. I think it needs to be done. We just have to bite the bullet. Your Wednesday after you're done with what's it called?
Osiris.
What was that?
I don't know. It starts with an O.
Oh,
Ozone.
it's called something like that.
Octotrath.
Yeah, I know it's the follow-up to Until
Ortholinear.
Dawn. But
Bro.
yes, you and B stream through this. This is going to be the wild.
absolutely insane.
I like how it's similar to games you've played. Undertale. No,
Not even close.
it's not going to be similar.
Not even close. I have never rubbed anyone in
100%.
Undertale. Oh my God.
Do you see this? Just
Well,
watching this
The
video,
Quarry.
the Quarry. That's it. Yes,
The Quarry. That's a scary
The
game.
Quarry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
Well, my more than just pals.
No, we are not. No. What? No. Don't call us that. No.
More than just pals.
I'm
sir.
leaving. Bye.
Bye. No, it's this
We're
stream
just-
is over.
Stream's over. We're
done
ending
here.
this. We're taking
Put it over to the ending screen. Let's go
of
ahead
the
and just make it
Taphaven
throw this up.
My guys, we will definitely catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe below. Do all the things in the doobly doo. Have a wonderful week. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.